Look closely at this. These are the legs before, and these are the exact same legs just 2 weeks later. The difference? Just 5 minutes a day, 2 ordinary pillows from your home, and one simple exercise that helps blood circulate properly through the legs again. Now think with me. If at the end of the day your legs feel heavy, as if you had spent hours standing in the kitchen, if your ankles start to swell, and by nighttime, you can still see the marks left by your socks, if small bluish veins have started appearing on your shins and other larger, more bulging veins are showing up on your thighs, then this is directly for you. Today, I'm not going to do what most people do. I'm not going to explain for the 100th time where varicose veins come from. There are thousands of videos talking about causes, circulation, genetics, and you've probably already watched several of them. But let me ask you a direct question. If you already know the cause, why is the problem still continuing? The truth is simple. Many people know what causes it. Very few know what to do about it in a practical way at home. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. I'm going to show you a single exercise. No machines, no medications, no expensive equipment. Just you, 2 ordinary pillows, and a wall. This method is not something new. It has existed for more than 50 years. It has already been described in medical manuals, and its effectiveness is supported by clinical studies. In other words, we're not talking about guesswork, but something that has already been tested and validated over time. But before I show you exactly how to do it, there is an important point you need to understand. This exercise truly stimulates blood flow in the veins. And that is exactly what makes it work so well. But for that same reason, there are some situations in which you should avoid doing it. If you have already been diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis, blood clots, or thrombophlebitis, do not do this exercise without first speaking to a doctor. If you recently underwent surgery on your legs or blood vessels, the recommendation is the same. Because this is not just about doing it. It's about doing it safely. And now that this is clear, in the next step, you'll understand how such a simple exercise can begin to completely change the way your legs feel on a daily basis. Before anything else, there is one simple but very important recommendation. If you are over 45 years old and it's been a while since you checked the health of your veins, it's well worth talking to a doctor before starting. A venous ultrasound exam is quick, painless, requires no preparation, and can provide tremendous peace of mind. In just a few hours, you can already have a clear picture of how the circulation in your legs is doing. If this type of content is useful to you, if it could help someone you know, show your support. First, find an open space against a wall with at least about 2 meters of width. This is important. During the exercise, you will spread your legs, so you need enough room. A very tight space will not work well. Next, grab a yoga mat or even a folded blanket. Lying directly on the floor can be uncomfortable and cold, and the goal here is for you to stay relaxed throughout the entire process. And finally, 2 regular pillows. They can be from the couch or the bed. Nothing specific is required. Now that everything is ready, let's begin. Move close to the wall and place the mat against it. Then, get ready to lie down so that your body is aligned with the wall. Now pay attention, because this is the point where most people underestimate the process and lose half of the results. First, take the 2 pillows and stack one on top of the other. Place them right at the base of the wall, on top of the mat or blanket you prepared. This support is what will create the elevation needed to properly stimulate circulation. Now comes the most important part, positioning. Slowly lie down on your back, without rushing. This is not a strength exercise. It is an exercise in adjustment and precision. Place your feet against the wall and begin gently sliding your body toward it. Feel your back touching the floor, your shoulder blades settling onto the mat, your body beginning to relax. Little by little, move closer to the wall until you find a comfortable position. Then adjust the key point of this exercise, the tailbone. That is the bony area just above the buttocks. That is the part that should rest on the pillows, not the lower back, not the middle of the back. It is exactly the lower base of the spine. If you miss this point, the exercise loses a large part of its effectiveness. But stay calm. If you can't get it right the first time, that is completely normal. No one gets it perfect on the first attempt. Just keep adjusting little by little. Long Island Expressway close to the wall. Slightly lift your hips and slide the pillows until you find the ideal position. And how do you know you got it right? Simple. Your lower back should not be under pressure. No discomfort, no tension. Your body should feel light. The sensation should be support, not effort. Now comes the most interesting part, and something very few people understand. The exercise has already begun, even without any movement at all, because by slightly elevating your hips and positioning your legs above the level of your heart, you are already completely changing the blood flow in your legs. The blood that normally struggles against gravity to move upward now finds a much easier path. It's as if you were giving your circulation a shortcut, and that alone already begins to reduce swelling, relieve the feeling of heaviness in the legs, and improve venous return. At this moment, do nothing. Just stay there. Take a deep breath. Feel your body relaxing. Feel the weight of your legs being supported by the wall. Feel the pressure decreasing. Many people think they need complex movements, expensive equipment, or intense routines to improve circulation. But sometimes, all the body needs is the right position. And that is exactly what you just did now. Now pay close attention to what is happening in your body, even without you making any movement. Your hips are slightly elevated. Your entire body begins to relax naturally. There is no tension, no effort. And that is exactly what makes this exercise work so well. Gravity, which normally works against you throughout the entire day, is now working in your favor. There is a tissue inside your body called the mesentery, responsible for supporting and keeping your internal organs in place. When you move into this position, gravity begins to gently pull this tissue toward the diaphragm. This creates a subtle internal adjustment, almost imperceptible, but extremely important. At the same time, the pelvic region begins to open up. The pressure accumulated throughout the day decreases. And the most important thing of all happens now. Blood begins to drain from your legs, naturally, without effort, without impact, without strain. During the day, your body spends hours fighting against gravity to move blood from your legs back to your heart. And that is exactly why that feeling of heaviness, swelling, and fatigue appears. But now, in this position, you completely reverse that process. You make venous return easier, and that alone already begins to relieve your legs. Now do something simple. Stay in this position for about 30 seconds. Breathe calmly and deeply through your nose. Don't hold your breath. Don't rush. Just breathe. Feel your body letting go. Feel your legs becoming lighter. And at this moment, many people usually think of one thing. Couldn't I just do this in a more advanced position, like an inversion, such as a shoulder stand? And the answer is straightforward. No. The reason is simple. In a traditional inverted position, the body becomes tense. The abdomen needs to stay contracted, the muscles remain active the entire time, and effort is required to maintain balance. And when there is tension, you lose the main benefit of this exercise: relaxation. In the shoulder stand, every muscle in your body is working intensely. The abdomen stays contracted, the shoulders support the weight, the neck is under pressure, and the mind needs to maintain constant focus to avoid losing balance. It is continuous effort. Here, it is exactly the opposite. Your body is completely relaxed. Your legs are supported by the wall. There is no effort required to maintain the position. You simply remain there. You do not force circulation. You facilitate it. That is the big difference. Now, before starting the movements, there are two important points. If you feel slight dizziness or a small pulsing sensation in your temples, that is completely normal. It is not dangerous. It is simply blood reaching the upper part of your body more easily. If this happens, remain in the position for about 30 seconds. Then slowly stand up, remain standing for a few moments, and allow your body to adjust. After that, you can return to the position. This simple adjustment already helps the body adapt. And now that you understand why this position works so well, you are ready to begin the next step, where a simple movement will enhance this effect even further. After a few days of practice, your body naturally begins to adapt to this position, and that initial unfamiliar feeling simply disappears, giving way to a much deeper and more comfortable state of relaxation. This is when the exercise starts to become even more effective, because the body no longer resists and allows circulation to happen more easily. Now it is time to truly activate the legs. Calmly remove your feet from the wall and raise your legs into the air, keeping your hips well supported on the pillows without moving this base out of place. Feel the balance of your body and keep everything controlled, without rushing, because this control is already part of the exercise. Then slowly spread your legs as wide as is comfortable for you, without forcing beyond your limit, because the goal here is not extreme stretching, but rather stimulating blood flow intelligently. Now pull your toes toward your face, activating the calf muscles, which work as a natural pump to push blood back to the heart. After that, close your legs in a controlled way without letting them drop. The complete movement always follows the same pattern. Open, pull the toes toward the face, close. Then you continuously repeat the sequence, maintaining a steady rhythm, feeling every stage of the movement, noticing the activation in your legs, the slight warmth, and that sensation of circulation improving with each repetition, as if your legs were becoming lighter with every cycle. The most important point here is simple, but it makes all the difference in the results. You need to perform the full movement, not half of it. Do not shorten the motion. Full range of motion is what truly activates the muscles correctly. When you fully pull your toes toward your face, you can clearly feel the calves engaging. That is exactly what we want, because this contraction works like a natural pump that helps push blood back upward. This is what we call the calf pump, and that is what truly improves circulation. At the same time, when you spread your legs as wide as is comfortable, you are opening the groin area, which is one of the main pathways through which blood must pass to return from the legs to the rest of the body. If you do not open fully, you lose part of this benefit. So stay focused on this. Full, controlled, and intentional movement. Continue repeating for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Enough time to feel the warmth, the activation, and that sensation of more intense circulation in the legs. When you begin to feel this, it is a sign that you are doing it correctly. Now, with your legs already warmed up and activated, it is time to advance one level. We will keep the same foundation, but instead of opening and closing, you will begin making circular movements, increasing this effect even more. Now keep both legs together and begin drawing large circles in the air, as wide as you can without losing control of the movement. Do not do it too quickly, because here speed does not mean efficiency. The secret lies in the range and complete control of the movement. Imagine that you are literally drawing a perfect circle in the air with your feet, maintaining a steady and smooth rhythm. Feel the muscles of the inner thighs, hips, and even the lower abdominal region being activated lightly but continuously. While doing this, keep your breathing calm and deep, because that helps relax the body even more and enhance blood flow. During the first few seconds, it may seem like just a simple movement, but as you continue, you begin to notice something different. A slight warming sensation in the legs, an internal activation that comes not from effort, but from circulation. That is exactly the effect we are looking for. By making wide circles, you are mobilizing the joints, opening the groin area even more, and creating space for blood to return more easily to the heart. Do this for about 30 seconds in one direction, always maintaining control. After that, change the direction of the circles. This change is more important than it seems. When you reverse the direction, you begin activating different muscle fibers, areas that were not stimulated as much in the previous movement. This creates a more complete and balanced effect. Continue for another 30 seconds, always focusing on the quality of the movement, not the quantity. Now, with your legs already well warmed up, comes the final exercise, simple, direct, and extremely effective. The bicycle movement. And there is no complicated secret here. Simply pedal in the air with both legs as if you were riding a bicycle. But there is a correct way to do this in order to truly get results. Start pedaling forward at a moderate pace. It does not need to be fast, it needs to be steady. Feel the movement flowing as if you were actually pushing pedals. This already begins activating all the muscles in the legs, especially the thighs and calves, while also keeping the blood flow active. But now comes the detail that practically nobody does, and it completely changes the result. After 30 seconds of pedaling forward, you need to reverse the movement. Pedal backward. At first, it may feel strange, even a little uncoordinated, but it is exactly this reverse movement that activates muscles the normal pattern cannot reach. It works different angles, activates neglected areas, and creates a much more complete stimulus for circulation. Continue pedaling backward for another 30 seconds, maintaining control and steady breathing. At this point, you will probably already feel your legs lighter, looser, with that sensation of active circulation flowing better. And that is what makes this set of movements so powerful. It is not intensity. It is not extreme effort. It is precision, consistency, and proper execution. And when you combine the right position with these simple movements, the effect on the body is much greater than it appears at first glance. The active part of the exercise is over, but do not get up yet. Place your legs back against the wall exactly as at the beginning and remain in this position for 1 more minute. Keep your body completely relaxed and your breathing light and natural. It may seem like the workout is over, but the truth is that the effect is still happening inside your body. Blood and fluids are still redistributing, pressure in the veins is decreasing, and the circulatory system is reorganizing itself more efficiently. This final minute, silent and without movement, is just as important as the entire active portion. This is where the body consolidates what you have just stimulated. Skipping this step is like interrupting the process before the results are complete. While you remain in this position, try not to do anything. Do not move your legs or contract your muscles. Just stay there. Feel the weight of your body supported, the lightness in your legs, and your breathing slowing down. This is the moment when the body truly enters a state of recovery. And there is something that may happen here that surprises many people. Your feet may begin to feel cold during the exercise or in this final moment. This is completely normal. It is not a sign of a problem. Quite the opposite. It indicates that blood has truly left the extremities and started circulating toward the heart, exactly as it should. This is the effect we have been seeking from the beginning. This sensation may feel strange the first few times, but with practice, the body adapts and you begin to notice the benefits more clearly. Less swelling, less heaviness in the legs, and more lightness while walking. And all of this with just a few minutes a day. If you notice that your feet get cold during the exercise, a simple solution is to wear a pair of socks before starting. This helps maintain comfort without interfering with the circulation effect. Now, there is one point that many people ignore, but it is extremely important. The way you come out of the position. Do not get up all at once. After finishing the final minute of rest, slowly remove your legs from the wall. Then bend your knees and place your feet on the floor while still lying down. Give your body a little time to begin adjusting again to the horizontal position. Now, calmly turn your body onto your side, preferably the right side, and remain like this for about 30 seconds. This moment is essential to avoid any dizziness or drop in blood pressure, since your body was in an inverted position. After that, place your hands on the floor and sit up slowly. Do not rush. Stay seated for another 5 to 10 seconds, simply breathing and allowing your body to stabilize completely. And only then, stand up slowly. This process may seem too simple, but it makes all the difference. It ensures that the body safely adapts to the change in position, preventing discomfort and preserving all the benefits of the exercise. In the end, what you did here was more than a simple movement. You helped your body function better. And with consistency, this can completely change the way your legs feel every day. The best time to do this exercise is while fasting, early in the morning before breakfast. At that time, the body is not yet overloaded with digestion, blood flow is more balanced, and the effect tends to be even more efficient. It is like giving your circulation a reset right at the start of the day. If you prefer to do it at night, it also works very well, but there is an important rule. Wait at least 2 to 3 hours after dinner. This avoids any discomfort and allows the body not to be focused on digestion while you perform the exercise. Now comes a detail that many people ignore, but it makes all the difference. Do not do this exercise too close to bedtime. Ideally, you should finish at least 1 hour before going to bed. And the reason is simple, but extremely important. This exercise intensely activates circulation, especially the return of blood and fluids accumulated in the legs. By doing this, the body enters a more internally active state. Blood flow increases, fluid redistribution occurs, and the body enters a process of adjustment. If you do this and go straight to bed, you may feel your body more awake, with active circulation, which can interfere with the relaxation needed to fall asleep easily. On the other hand, when you do it ahead of time, the body has time to stabilize, absorb the benefits, and naturally enter a state of rest. In other words, timing enhances the results. Morning while fasting is ideal. At night also works, as long as you respect the interval after eating and before sleeping. And when you combine this with daily consistency, the cumulative effect can be much greater than you imagine. By the end of the first week, The ideal goal is to reach 5 minutes. And here is a tip that many people do not know, but that helps a lot. You do not need to do the 5 minutes continuously. If it feels uncomfortable, divide it into sessions. Do one set of 1.5 to 2 minutes. Then stand up and remain standing for about 30 seconds to allow the blood to gradually return to the legs. After that, return to the position and repeat another set of 1.5 to 2 minutes. This block method makes the exercise much more comfortable and helps the body adapt progressively without overload. In the end, the secret is not in doing more. It is in doing it consistently while respecting your body's timing. Now comes one of the most important points of all: consistency. No breaks. No skipping days. If you want to see results in 2 weeks, you need to do it every day. Now, there is a way to enhance the effect even more. After getting up, do a contrast shower on your legs. But pay attention. No extremes. No ice. No immersion in very cold water. For people over 60 years old, this can represent an unnecessary risk to the heart. Do it in a controlled way. Start with warm water on your legs up to knee level for about 30 seconds. Then switch to cooler water, noticeably colder, for 15 seconds. Repeat this cycle 3 times and always finish with the cold water. This contrast helps stimulate the blood vessels, improves vein tone, and enhances circulation. This method is known as the NEAT method, a water therapy technique used for more than 100 years. In countries such as Germany, it is still widely used for varicose vein care. Recent studies, including systematic reviews, show that it may provide real benefits for circulation. But there is an important warning. If you have high blood pressure, it is best to avoid this method or speak with a doctor before starting. Now, putting everything together. 2 pillows. 5 minutes. Contrast shower. Every day. For 2 weeks. And the results begin to appear. In 3 to 4 days, you already notice less heaviness in your legs. In 1 week, swelling decreases. In 2 to 3 weeks, the small veins begin to diminish. Larger veins tend to reduce discomfort and stop hurting. Complete disappearance may take longer, even months, but the progress is visible. This is not magic. It is physiology. You simply reactivated a system that had become inactive. Now there is one simple question left. Are you going to try it, or just watch? Because knowing without doing changes nothing. But taking action changes everything.